Excellent. And we're live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Beyond Babbitt. This is your host, Brian Anthony. We're going to talk about it this morning. We're going to talk about it. Tune in, check in, tap in, tap in, tap in. I had a lot of time to think about it, to go over it. This could be something, or it could be nothing. Tap in, tap in. We're going to talk about this abrupt. Some say it's abrupt. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know what you think. You think it's abrupt, or you think this is a big sign that means something? We'll talk about it. My morning coffee. We're going to talk about it this morning. Tap in, tune in, tune in. Nikki Haley, right? Resigns, right? We're going to talk about it. I don't know. It could be, like they say. The spin doctors are already putting in work, telling their side of it. I watched the press conference. I watched the entire thing. We'll talk about it. I'll let you know what I think about it, what's really going on. I mean, maybe it's like they say. I checked a few other sources as well. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Should be real interesting. It's Beyond Babbitt. How y'all doing this morning? Oh, yeah. I thank you for all my new subscribers as well. Subs are continuously growing. I'm trying to go. We're trying to blow. We're trying to do more videos. We're trying to do different subjects. We want to reach more people. So, I mean, if you hit the like button, that helps us. Subscribe. It's free to subscribe. That helps us, believe it or not. That's a way of showing your support. And we want to dig deeper. We want to find more information. We want to get to the bottom of these things. We want to go to more places. We want to speak to more people. We're going to get there. Yeah. Inshallah for all my Arabic speakers. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Nikki Haley resigns. She suddenly resigns as UN ambassador. So first when I heard that struck me. I'm like, uh-oh. I was thinking this is the big one. This is it. Because recently the UN had spanked the U.S. for how they were doing Iran, how they were treating Iran. And told them that they got to stop the sanctions and everything like that. And I was like, uh-oh. So with Nikki Haley resigning abruptly like that, I was thinking maybe we're getting out of the UN, or maybe basically we can do whatever we want to do if we have no representation in the UN. That's my first thoughts. Um, so it could be that we're pulling out of the UN. Are we pulling out? I mean, what do you think? I mean, leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Are we pulling out of the UN? I mean, we know that the financial collapse is right around the corner. This world war is right around the corner. And we know what just happened to the Interpol chief. The international police chief was disappeared in China. He still hasn't been seen. He after 10 days he sent a text message. hmm So I mean, these are some things going on, some strange things happening in a time of that's real intense around the world right now. Could this be a sign that something is about to happen? I mean, are we pulling out of the UN to like just in case World War III starts? They can say, well, at that time we had no representation, no binding laws, no war crimes. You see what I mean? In case the U.S. loses. Food for thought. And then my next thought was, because remember Nikki Haley was going hard when she went to the when she spoke at the UN. She said we'll never trust Putin and things like that. She went bad on Russia. She went bad on Iran. But maybe she wasn't speaking for the president. You know what I mean? I don't know if Trump wants to go hard on Russia like that. You know, I think he would rather do business with Russia and go harder on, say, for instance, China or something. So then I thought, are we getting a different war hawk? Are we going to get somebody that's, uh, that's going to do idle threats and put the world on notice and we're going to war type thing, beat the war drums in front of the UN for a global war, you know. So this morning I was on DAPCA, and I'm jumping ahead here, but let's get to it. They claim that, I don't know how they got the story, and all of a sudden today they said that they knew, well, 6 months ago, Nikki Haley told Trump that she was going to resign at the end of the year. Okay? So they said it's not abruptly. They also said that they're currently interviews. They're already starting to interview, looking for people to replace her. So they say. Now, does this mean war? It could be. It could be. Any major changes made like this, in a tense situation, like I said, around the world, markets around the world are crashing, currencies are crashing, the bases are loaded with militaries, everybody's testing new weapons, everybody's having the largest military drills, in 30 years. Any big changes like this is either to escalate or de-escalate. And for some reason, I don't think it's to de-escalate. And the last possibility with this change could be maybe Nikki Haley was deep state. Because I said I watched the press conference. And she said something like, it's been a great 8 years. She said, it's been a great 8 years. Okay. And Trump was talking to her. He said 2 years. He said it'll be 2 years at the end of the year. And so my first thoughts there was, wait a minute, maybe she came in with Obama administration. Okay, well, I was like, what does she mean 8 years? And so again on Depka, they tried to explain that. They said, oh, she meant 6 years as a governor and then 2 years with Trump. But that's state, and then this is federal. That's kind of different, you know what I mean? Maybe she meant 8 years in politics altogether. Or maybe my first mind was right. Maybe she came in with the Obama administration. And then she may have been, if that's the case, she possibly could be deep state. All the niceties they were speaking to each other, her and Trump, and that's always a cover. You resign. We got all this dirt on you. You resign and give up your post and keep your mouth closed. We won't come hunt you down when we do these arrests of these 50,000 people with these 50,000 indictments, secret indictments, sealed, secret indictments. So maybe she was deep state. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Because I really hadn't followed her, honestly. So I don't know how long she was a governor. Maybe it was for 6 years. And I don't know what she did before she was in politics. I mean, did she win governor just coming out, maybe she was a stay-at-home mom, and the next thing you know, she's governor? That would be, I think there are steps, right? Levels. What did she do? Maybe I have to look that up. Because those statements now stand out. You see. So this is going to be changing. So this news is evolving as we go. But personally, I think her leaving definitely has something to do with war and or her being a part of the deep state. So either, if it has something to do with war, either she wasn't willing to go far enough, to get the thing started, and if she's deep state, she went too far in doing some things she wasn't supposed to. And she's stepping down or resigning with honor or dignity instead of being fired and roasted in the fire and incriminated. But this is a very big move. Our ambassador to the UN, that's a very big move. And personally, when you think about it, if Depka said that she told Trump 6 months ago, Trump's the type of person he would have already had a list of 100 people. And he may have already started doing interviews, So now they're saying they're just starting to look for people to replace her. That doesn't, it's not jiving with me, man. What do y'all think? Does that make sense? Anybody have any information, anything to add to that? Yeah, I just don't understand it. Because Trump definitely, he didn't say the 8 years. He said the 2 years. He stayed in character, in code. She said, it's been a great 8 years. See, yesterday. And today, the Depka, they tried to say, well, she meant, And Depka even went so far as to, it said in the article that they're going to hate to see her go, and Tehran is going to celebrate. They really liked her. Israelis government really liked her and the work she was doing. Um, and they believe that Iran didn't, that she did a lot of things to go against Iran. Maybe she supported the things that President Trump was doing to get out of the deal that President O made with Iran. So we'll never really know. I mean, those two comments really had some deeper meanings. It's been a great 8 years. That's what we have to decode. But like I said before, regardless, this big of a move, when the stock market is jittering up and down, they're trying their best to stabilize it. Currencies, same thing. Trade war is heating up. Militaries taking position all over the world. It's a dangerous time. That's a dangerous sign. It's a dangerous sign. So my synopsis, Nikki Haley resigning somehow or another, no matter how you play it, spells war. Let me know what you think. Thank y'all for joining in. Thank you for all my subscribers. Hey, hit the like button. All right. Beyond Babbitt, your host, Brian Anthony, over and out.